is going to be interesting. I have always kind of hidden behind my art. It's definitely been quiet the past year, and decided to kind of do a little bit different, something different, you know, just from the angle that I've gone through some things and I'd like to share them with you. And I find that some of the things that I've started over the past couple of years are now really, I think, even more relevant and useful. I started this series a couple years ago, the Little Heart series, and I just kind of wanted to take it from the top, you know. And when I introduced it, it was all happening in real time, and I hadn't had a chance to really process what I was experiencing. I have a little bit of a delay in my art. Sometimes things come up and I express them and I'm not real sure what I'm expressing. It takes me a minute to really understand and decipher. I almost think they're like messages from my subconscious, if you will. So the Little Heart series is based on a breakup, you know, as most good art is, but it's much deeper than that, actually. You know, that's what I thought it was, you know, but it actually, so many things lead back to, you know, just some experiences that I had as a child. So I thought it might be kind of interesting to, be vulnerable in a way. Like, I mean, part of me really does want to share this, but I just want to share that and not do this. And I think in order to really appreciate that, I'm going to have to do this. So I wrote a poem, and I'm going to start kind of writing some poetry to go along with the things that I feel moved by. So these are some of the original first two pieces that I did. It's definitely within the first 3 or 4 pieces, but this is where I feel like that the Little Heart series really was a thing. Like, I had decided, like, I wanted to express myself through this vehicle. This actually used to be, I painted it as one piece, and then when I got done with it, I just felt like I just didn't know how to process this, and I felt it was very jarring as compared to that. And so I decided to cut it in 2, and I kind of hid this off in somewhere land and kept this out. And I'm kind of coming back around and seeing this, and I just felt like I wanted to honor the entire piece. And I just woke up today, and God, actually the past couple days, and I've just not been feeling good. You know, I say it's not been feeling good. Like, people ask, like, are you okay? You know, do you have something? I'm like, no, sometimes my heart just hurts. And I can usually take that time to paint, and I just didn't even feel like painting. Like, sometimes when that happens, I know it's like a sign that there's things that need to come out. It's almost like an invitation to cry. And I've been leaning into those invitations a lot more. I'm learning that strength is not avoiding your feelings. Strength is sitting with your feelings like it was your best friend and having a good cry. So through this, I just couldn't. I came in, I couldn't paint. I didn't want to lay down. I didn't even know what to do. I felt like kind of trapped in a catch-22 of, like, I want to do something and yet I don't. And so I just sat down and started to write. And I'm taking the whole day to write this. I really asked myself, am I going to read this? I'm going to do it, and we're going to see kind of how this goes. I started this 2 years ago, and it's really taken me that much time to be able to write down kind of what was going on at that moment. So if you'll bear with me here, I think this might be worth the wait, so to speak. So I'm going to try my poetry for you. So When my heart finally shattered, the summer sky darkened and tried to turn its eyes away. I could smell the storm brewing in the distance, moody, broody, and briny, looming. It was more than a little scary. The tears that escaped burned with truth and fear. The warm splatter of blood tapped against my face, peaceful and destructive at the same time. The waves kissed my mouth, drinking in my sorrow. I gently embraced your hand, still on my breast, and I felt the blade you'd placed in my heart. I remember feeling my pulse throbbing through your fingertips. When our eyes finally met, I could see the pain in my heart mirrored in the blue depths of yours. I remember how quiet it was before the storm finally crashed into us. Thankfully, the ocean took pity on my sorrow and pulled me into her deep, dark depths. She wrapped me in a green light, stitched together with rocks and seashells. A curtain of seaweed appeared out of thin air and began mending the pieces of my broken heart. The ocean whispered some secret words she'd learned from a faraway and forgotten land, and that's when she told me that the pain I felt in my heart would someday blossom and make me a better man. I cried and I cried as she rocked me to sleep. She hummed a song, and all I could do was weep. I felt myself drifting into the abyss. The last thing I remember was the hope she imparted with one simple kiss. And I love that the sirens are going right at this time. Sometimes when we go through things, it's so easy for us to just get on with our lives, you know? And I strongly feel that the magic is honoring the good stuff as well as the not good stuff. Sometimes the not good stuff are invitations to our higher self, our purpose, if you will. And this is just now kind of really starting to sink in that my art is part of the story of those emotions. They're how I process the world. I'm just a little delayed in knowing what it actually means sometimes, so. Silence always makes it feel kind of weird, doesn't it? I'm just seeing if I have anything else to say, and I think I'm good. I hope you enjoyed my poem, and let me know if this is something that is of interest. I felt good to kind of share this, and I'd like to actually do it again. So until next time,